Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Novia Andini and today I will explain about types of variables based on their nature. What is variables? Variables are properties to be measured or observed whose value varies from one object to another and are measurable. There are two types of variables based on their nature. First is categorical, second is continuous. First, I will explain about categorical variables. Categorical variables, also known as discrete variable or discontinuous variables. Categorical variables are variables that changes whose nature is to distinguish or classify certain types. For example, gender, education, occupation, and etc. For example, for the gender variable, there are two different variables, namely men and women. For convenience, different numbers are usually assigned. For example, 1 for men and 2 for women. Figures that 1 and 2 in this sense do not indicate that the gender of women or 2 is the greater than the man or 1, but only to differentiate, because the numbers placed are only for labels, are more as labels. This is nothing but a qualitative variable. Data from this type of variable is known as nominal data. In addition, the data included in this variable is integer data. An integer is a number that is not in fraction or decimal form. For example, the number of cars sales in 2016 are 30 pieces, and the data is always round, so there are no 2.5 cars. Next, I will explain about continuous variables. Continuous variables is the result variable from calculation and measurement. An example of the data for this variable is the number of true or false in a test, the score, ranking, height, weight, length, distance, and etc. The data may change or vary. In this variable, we rank it and place it in continuous loop, placing people in rankings, for example, ranking first, second, and third, and so on, based on certain criteria. But this doesn't explain exactly how much distance is between each of these ranks. Variables with this type of data are referred to as ordinal data. Measurement of ordinal data that describes the rank and number used indicates this. For example, ordinal data that is dichotomous, such as young and old in terms of age, or health condition using sickness or healthy and health criteria. Then the numbers used can represent the rank. For example, young is 1 and old is 2, or sick is 1 and healthy is 2. So that the numbers used are more than just labels but show different ratings on the same continuum. Next is kind of data in continuous variable. We have three kind of data in continuous variable. First is ordinal data, second is interval data, and the third is ratio data. Ordinal data, as I said before, sequential or ranked data, each number has a level, both from the lowest value to the higher one and vice versa. The numbers given contain levels. It is used to sort objects from the lowest to the highest or vice versa. This measure doesn't give an absolute value to the object, but only gives it a rating. For example, the numbers of scale of like in questionnaire: 1 for totally not agree, 2 is for not agree, 3 for neutral, 4 is for agree, 5 is for very agree. Second is interval data. The type of range data that has been obtained from arithmetic operation. In this data has present clear distance between each data. For example, one subject that has 1 SKS, we have 60 minutes. In another subject that 2 SKS, we have 120 minutes. And another subject that 3 SKS, we have 180 minutes. From that numbers, we know that the interval is 60 minutes. Last is ratio data. Numbers in ratio data are the real numbers and not only as a symbol or label. The numbers of this data show the real value of the object that we measure. If the number is 0, that means real 0. For example, Dimas has 10,000 rupiahs money. Chika has 20,000 rupiahs money. Sita has 30,000 rupiahs money. If we see this in ratio size, that means Sita has 3 times more money than Dimas and 3 per 2 times more money than Chika. Chika has 2 times more money than Dimas. In other words, ratio between Sita and Dimas is 3:1. Sita and Chika is 3:2. Sita and Chika is 3:2. Chika and Dimas is 2:1. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your great attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.